Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is me, Jasneet Kaur. I hope you all are doing great. My today's video is all about class 11th, chapter 2, that is understanding the self. And in this, we will be talking about the last and final part of this chapter, that is influences on identity. How do we develop a sense of self? But before beginning with the content, please don't forget to show your love by subscribing my channel, liking and sharing my content with your family and friends. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get notifications about my next uploads. In today's video, we will talk about sense of self and influences on identity formation. The self develops as a result of what you learn about yourself through the experiences you come across and through what others tell you about yourself. As a human being, you belong to multiple people at different places like family, school, workplace, and community. Thus, we can say multiple people help any individual to shape their personality in a silent way. Now let's go through how the sense of self develops from the early years. Starting with infancy, the children begin to associate the names with themselves. When parents start calling their child with the name or start pointing the child in the mirror and in photographs, then child gradually starts learning to see himself or herself as distinct and separate from others. Secondly, as the child grows during infancy, he or she begins to realize that their actions have an impact in their surroundings or in their environment. For example, when they play or when they touch a toy, it moves. All such experiences help him or her to have a sense of being separate from other people and objects around him or her. When the child reaches to next stage, by then he can communicate with short sentences. At this age, for his actions, when parents put up questions, he realizes what he was doing. Slowly and gradually, as the encounter with other people and objects around him increases, the concept of self becomes more clear. Talking about identity and sense of self, the concept of individual differences can't be ignored. In the establishment of these two concepts, individual differences plays important role. Remember, each one of us is unique. Not even identical twins are same in terms of their growth and development. Everyone's situations and experiences are different, and we respond to these situations in different ways. Moving further, let's talk about influences on the formation of identity. These can be classified as biological and physical changes, cognitive changes, socio-cultural contexts including family and peer relationships, and last, emotional changes. Let's discuss each one of them in detail, beginning with biological and physical changes. The period of adolescence is marked by certain universal physical and biological changes in the body, which take place in particular sequence. The time when sexual maturity or biological changes occurs in body is known as stage of puberty. This period during which physical and biological changes occur leading to puberty is called pubescence. Let's talk about the kind of changes boys and girls go through in this phase. Talking about girls, the first, they experience this stage of puberty at the age between 11 to 13 years. There are girls who experience their puberty between 8 to 13 years depending upon lot of different factors. The other changes which girls experience at this point of time is enlargement of breasts, growth of pubic hair, growth of hair under their armpits. It is also the age of maximum growth, Apart from this, the first signs of acne may start appearing on the face or on the back. Talking about biological changes and physical changes in boys, their age of puberty ranges from 13 to 15 years, and the kind of changes they experience, that is spermachy. Spermachy is the first seminal fluid which is considered a point of sexual maturity in boys. The other changes which can be observed is early voice changes, hair growth on different body parts. Again, it is the age of maximum growth, development of beard and mustaches in boys. While the physical changes that take place in the body with the onset of puberty are universal, the psychological and social impact of these changes on the person vary from culture to culture, and within a culture from person to person. Let's discuss these aspects under the next two headings, that is socio-cultural context and emotional changes. Different sections of the society may respond differently to the physical changes during adolescence. To make you clear, I have divided this topic into two ways: traditional approach and a modern approach. Talking about traditional Indian society, on the onset of puberty, many people put restrictions specifically on girls, whereas boys have freedom of movement. In Indian context, after puberty, a large majority of adolescents continue to be fairly dependent on their parents as they expected to be, and family continue to exercise control over them. Many of the adolescents don't even have privilege of expressing their thoughts, ideas, and their viewpoints in the family. Such an attitude is often neither encouraged nor tolerated by elder members. In the modern approach, I would like to highlight the concept of Western cultures such as US, UK, where adolescents are expected to be fairly independent. There is no such restriction observed on the onset of puberty. Even adolescents have freedom of expression. Whatever they want to say, whatever they want to express, they are allowed to express themselves in a free way. It is observed the parents who are affectionate and well connected with their children, it promotes and leads to healthy development of the child. It has been seen that a family atmosphere that promotes both individuality and connectedness helps in enhancing the identity development of the adolescent. By individuality implies greater opportunity and the ability to have one's own point of view. Connectedness suggests greater sensitivity to and respect for others' views and openness to others' views. Moving on to emotional changes, the adolescent experiences many emotional changes in the process of growing up. Many of these changes are consequences of the biological and physical changes that the adolescent is undergoing. They imagine that each and every person is noticing every other aspect of their body and behavior. Moreover, they believe that at this point of time, nobody understands them. The other phase which most of the adolescents go through at this point of time is mood swings. Without any reason, they feel annoyed, and without any reason, they might feel elated. They learn to have better control over their emotions during adolescence. They can easily fake any emotion or can hide them very easily. Example, when they are fearful of any situation, they pretend that they are absolutely fine. Talking about last, that is cognitive changes, or we can say change in the thinking pattern. During adolescence, adolescents can think in abstract terms, or they can think of hypothetical situations. Means they can think of those situations which they have not experienced in their entire lifetime. Example, situation of a war or situation of their own marriage. Moreover, at this point of time, they are capable enough or can think of the possible career options they would like to take up once they become adult, depending upon the situations and their temperament and their interest. Thus, it is believed adolescence is a significant period of development involving many changes and opportunities. For achieving maximum of it, appropriate amount of food and nutrition is must. At last, there are certain questions mentioned which you need to do in your notebook as a part of home task. For any query, please feel free to ask me, and we'll see you all with my next video soon. Till then, bye bye and take care.